Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Let's get into this. So, I hope you can hear it in my voice. I can't stop smiling right now. Nothing spectacular happened. Nothing out of the ordinary happened. So, I'm really not sure why I'm so, giddy right now, but it is what it is, right? I prayed. I had a very successful fast today. I had a crazy breakdown, literally outside, and I'm just sure that it's because of the presence of God, the Creator, right? Now, no periodic table, no alien talk. As you can see, my voice is doing a lot better. I was cleaning. I apparently used too much bleach, and it messed me up. Y'all, I've been using bleach forever, and that never... I've had moments where I'm like, okay, I need to fall back. But this stuff messed me up, right? This never happened. All right, but let's get into the message. Now, yesterday, we basically... it was just a message from the Creator basically saying that the earthquake here in New Jersey could have been worse. New York as well as Philadelphia. I'm not sure if all of Pennsylvania, all of New York was affected or experienced, the earthquake. But I know majority of New Jersey did, right? Because this is very rare. A lot of people were obviously afraid, right? But then there are actually some fault lines that can justify, and the Creator told me that it was okay for me to go ahead and do some research. So I will for, the sake of the conversation, but he just wanted me to say, see? I had a conversation with my friend earlier. We were on the phone for about an hour, and he was basically just saying, this is just the beginning, right? Anything could still happen. We're not necessarily in the clear. For one, I wanted to kind of just tap into what the Creator was guiding me to think and feel and believe and understand. And then I saw a video, quite a few videos on social media, all of my social medias. And of course, everyone has been talking about this eclipse, but no one's been talking about the geomagnetic storm that Earth is experiencing, and it's causing us to be exposed to a grave amount of radiation as a result of a solar flare. So I thought that was really interesting because it's in the same ballpark. It's a very similar conversation, right? So to not mention that, I don't know. I think that's scary. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I like to have proof. And when I, purport claims and I, talk about things, I like to have physical and spiritual proof to have this thing be supported. A lot of us, we just say things and we're like, oh yeah, I want to, do this and that. And then we're like, how do we know this, right? A lot of people are just talking. They're just repeating what they hear other people say. They are just going online, Googling things that appear to make sense But nobody's really like using real logic to really decipher and like understand what it is that they are dealing with. I know for sure that there are tons of scenarios that could come to the forefront as a result of this eclipse. But the overall thing is that we are in a new reality. We've been in a new reality for a while. The beginning of April up until like now is kind of like putting the last finishing touches. Everything that you should have been healing through and letting go, you should be phasing out, manifesting out, and really just, and we have until the end, officially, we have until this Mercury retrograde, right, is over, and it lasts for about 3 weeks, approximately 22 to 23 days. I believe this year for this Mercury retrograde, it's actually about 24 days. So that's still about 3 weeks, just extra 2 days or so. And that by the time Mercury is out of retrograde and going back into its rightful position, you should be healed. Everything that is not connected to your next cycle, your next phase, your spiritual growth, your financial growth, your peace, your prosperity, it should be left, right? Of course, some things are a little bit heavier than others. Some concepts are a little bit more rough than others. We don't always fully understand exactly, what we need to be doing, but the Creator will always guide you and lead you to everything that you need to be doing, from your eating habits to your thought process to your behavior to the places that you should be going, the people you should be interacting with. It's all a part of the journey. The people, the thoughts, the ideas, the clothes you wear, the food you eat, even the drugs and the alcohol. It's all a part of what the Creator is doing, where He started you at and where He's going to finish you. And I hate to say finish you off, but yeah, like by the time we're done and leaving out of here, we're going to be like new people. And if you aren't, unfortunately, you're going to have to come back here and start all of this over. So it might behoove you to really, really get to know your purpose. This is not to rush you. This is not to shame you if you don't know. This is not even to like talk about your purpose. I'm just saying that it would behoove you to start seeking the Creator. This new world that people are speaking of is a spiritual place. It's not a physical new planet, okay? A lot of people are explaining the terms and conditions of us stepping into this new dimension, into this new reality, and they're not explaining that this new vibration is not an actual new planet. It's us evolving, creating a new planet as it is. Everything we know about this space that we're in, spiritual belch, is advancing. It's changing. It's evolving. So a lot of the times we are under the impression, right, that we are losing or we are missing out on things that may be helping us, but in our reality, we're exactly where we need to be when we need to be there. You can't rush your process, right? Great things take time. Anything worth having, you have to fight for, right? All those little cliches, although they sound weak as hell, they're true. We want to make sure we are placing ourselves in a position that will allow us to be available for the Creator whenever He needs us to step into action. Anytime God is requesting us, anytime God is, nudging us, adhering us, sending signs, instructing us, that is one thing. But when God commands us to do something, this is like, okay, the commandment is what I created you for. It's a part of the promise. It's a part of the purpose. It's a part of the reason, season, and lifetime. And God is never late. God is always on time. God is strategic. God is always making sure that we are able to fall in line. We're going to mess up. We're humans. But when you start making the conscious decision to repeatedly go against God, that's where you run into problems. God knows your heart. He knows your vibration. He is the psychic of all psychics, right? Why would you think that God doesn't know your true intentions? You got to get your heart right. You got to get your mind right. Of course, we all need to seek the Creator's forgiveness for whatever we're doing. All of us have done something that's not necessarily the best thing to be doing. But the overall gist of this conversation is to just say, we are here. We are here because God has something else for us in store. Okay? Doesn't really matter if we understand it or not, if we want it or not, if we even feel the need to digest it. Like, is it important? A lot of people are not motivated to tap into the Creator. And all of that is fine, right? All of that is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine if God is leading you back to Him, if it's a part of the plan. But if you are consciously going against the Creator, then you are in trouble. You are currently being controlled. Now, a lot of people are talking about, this eclipse and all of the celestial bodies and how they're placed right now. They're connected to our shadow selves. None of that is applicable if you are consciously and actively healing. If you are suppressing, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble, because all of that energy is related to a past version of yourself. You cannot come into this new reality with any energy from your past that has not been healed, that has nothing to do with where God is taking you. I'll repeat it. You cannot come into this new reality with energy from your past if you are unhealed. Hello? Follow me. And if God, if it doesn't have anything to do with where God is taking you, you have to learn to understand that no man can tell us when we're done. God is going to tell us when we're done. I'm sorry, my phone was ringing. God is going to let us know when we are dying, I'm sorry to laugh, but no man is going to be able to predict it. I don't care what the books say. I don't care. Okay? We all have a job to do, and I don't think any of our jobs are done, so we're still going to be here until they're done, unless God has a different plan. All right? I do love y'all. I hope y'all have enjoyed y'all weekend. I hope y'all are drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea because it is free. Love y'all.